Hello there. Welcome to DMT Highway. Don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose. Let's trip.
Okay, so I'm not really sure if this is the right place to post this, but this has always creeped me out. When I was 19 in college, my friend from home came to visit me with her BF. They rented a hotel room in the Chinatown area of the city. So we decide to pregame at her hotel room and then go out for the night. My friend gets way too drunk, so I and her BF decide it's best for her to just sleep it off. It's like 1 a.m. at this point, so I tell him I'm gonna catch a cab back to my college campus and I'll see them the next morning. Disclosure. We had been drinking, but I wasn't drunk, just tipsy. I go downstairs and there's no one in the lobby. Not even at the reception. I was gonna stop there and ask them to call a cab for me. This was around the time Uber started getting popular, but I didn't have the app yet on my phone, so I hadn't thought to order one. So I see no one around and I walk outside thinking I can catch a cab at the corner. I stand there for 20 minutes and not a single car goes by. Things are actually eerily quiet, so I get spooked. I start walking back to the hotel and look behind me to see this man crossing the street towards me. He's walking really slowly with his head down, and he's whistling. I'm really creeped out, but I watch a lot of scary movies, so I'm thinking you're just paranoid. Then I see this black car approaching in my direction, so I freeze cause I feel like I'm stuck between two dangers, one guy walking towards me behind me and this car approaching me head on. The car stops next to me, and the driver rolls down the passenger window, and he says, "Were you looking for a cab?" He's an older man. I say, "Yeah, I am," and he says, "Great, you found one, where can I take you?" At this point I'm thinking this is either a blessing, or you're really walking into a trap. I had to choose the best of both evils, and tipsy me decides to get into the car. I hop in the backseat quickly and close the door. The other whistling guy just stands next to the car staring at me. The driver says he was following you. And I don't say anything. And he starts driving and says, "You're going to campus, right?" He mentioned my college. I thought it was weird that he knew, since I wasn't wearing any college gear and there are about 4 other college campuses in the area beside my school. But I say, "Yes, can you drop me off at the front gates, because I don't want to lead him directly to my apartment." As he drives he tells me if I believe in the supernatural, and I say I'm not sure, but I think so, and he asks me what I study in school, and I tell him my major. And he says, "You remind me of someone I know," and I say I hope that's a good thing. The rest of the time we pretty much are silent, and when we're a street away from the front gates of my school, he says sometimes we're sent exactly what we need at the right time. Don't you agree? And I tell him yes, that I have felt that things happen when they should, and he says maybe like a guardian angel, and I laugh and say maybe. We reach the front gates, and the street is really narrow. It's a dead end really. The opposite end of the street leads into the campus, and cars aren't allowed to go in there unless they have a special pass. There's a guard in one of those guard boxes on that end that lifts the little pass thing to allow cars inside. So we get to the front gate and I say thank you so much for the ride, and I try to hand him a $20 bill, but he waves it off and says don't worry about it, I did what I had to, and I say are you sure? And try to hand it to him again, and he says yes, so I thank him again, and I tell him in order to go back to the main street, he's gonna have to do a U-turn to back out, since he won't have access to the end of the road of the guard. I step out of the car, cross the street to the gate, turn around, and nothing. There's absolutely nothing on the street. The car just vanished. Now, this doesn't make sense to me because he would have had to do a U-turn to get out. If he had gone where the guard was, I would have seen the car stopped at the end of the road waiting for access. And if he had gone quickly and sped up, I would have heard that too. And the next day I woke up to a million calls from my friend saying she stepped outside of the hotel that morning and the street had been blocked off because there was a murder. The description of the guy they were looking for fit exactly what I saw the whistling man wearing.